Welcome back to Spree Tea, a series where we spill the tea from strangers online about their health-related issues, and together we decipher whether or not that person is in the right or wrong for feeling a certain way about a health-related issue. And today we're dealing with a very sad and conflicted bride because she just does not understand why her fiance refuses to let her dad walk her down the aisle. And honestly, I know what you're thinking because I thought the same thing too. Well, why is that fiance even mad to begin with, and why is this an even argument to begin with? Because it's very standard and customary to have your dad walk you down the aisle as a bride, and that's honestly what my dad's gonna do. So what's the big fuss here? Well, let's get into it. I have it on my phone right here. She said that my fiance and dad had a recent disagreement about my dad refusing to give my fiance money to contribute to the wedding. My fiance complained, and I said that my dad isn't obligated to pay for the wedding. And yesterday, my fiance told me to look for someone else to walk me down the aisle, and I asked why, and he said that my dad refused to help with the wedding, and he should be grateful that he's still invited. I got upset and argued that, for one, my dad refused to contribute because he has no money and he cannot afford to pay, and two, just like any bride, I want my dad to walk me down the aisle on my wedding day. He threw a fit, saying that I was just trying to ruin his mood and get him upset on our wedding day, but I called him selfish for wanting to take away that moment I have always dreamed of with my dad. Oh, and all because of this little disagreement about money. And it's not fair. And he yelled at me again and called me selfish. And he's fuming and insisting that I'm being inconsiderate and projecting on him when I called him selfish. Okay, so first of all, honestly, I'm just gonna get this off my chest and be very blunt and honest. I do not think you should be marrying that guy. If you happen to be watching this video, you probably aren't, but I think everyone who is watching this video can agree with me that you should not be marrying that guy. That is a red flag, and I think what stems from this is he's not actually mad that the dad won't give money to contribute to the wedding. He is more so mad that the wife is not agreeing with him to not let her dad walk her down the aisle because he's seeing that as a loss of control, and that is the root of this issue, is that he thinks he doesn't have as much control over his fiance as he thought, and so now his ego is wounded and it's fragile, and he is now projecting that insecurity onto her. He's accusing her of projecting, but no, he is the one projecting, and he is exercising coercive control. Look that up, you guys, but basically he is trying to have control over his fiance, and he thought that he did, but her refusing to not allow him to ban her dad from the wedding is just like a trigger in his mind, like, oh wait, I actually don't have as much control over this woman as I thought. So I think this guy is a walking red flag. I don't think you should be marrying him, and you are very right and rational to think that, yeah, just because he can't afford to contribute to the wedding doesn't mean that he should be punished and not walk me down. That's my dad. That is the standard. That is the customary thing to do. As a bride, you have your dad walk you down. So I think it's very strange that he has this perception of it all and that he is wanting to punish your dad, okay? Your dad, your father, your blood over this. And he is seeing your dad as a threat to his control over you and his influence over you. And that is the root of this issue. I'm just psychoanalyzing it here right now, and I'm getting it off my chest. That is exactly what I think this is all about. But let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to read some of the comments too, so we can get some other outside opinions to see what other people think. But please leave a comment below to share your thoughts and share what you think. Don't marry him. Lucky to be invited because he didn't give you money. Run. Yeah, see, he's using mind games. He's like, oh, he should be lucky he's still invited. Like, that is your father. What do you mean he should be lucky he's still invited? Just because he can't afford to pay doesn't mean that's like that's her blood. Of course he should still be invited. Weddings are about family. Like, he's, if anything, VIP. He's on the VIP list for the wedding. Like, what? And yeah, if you're so close to your dad, why are you marrying someone who clearly doesn't respect him? That's a very good point. He doesn't have to be best friends with the guy, but some common decency is the bare minimum when you will be tied to this man for life. Exactly. That's why I'm like, this probably isn't the first occurrence that this has happened. This probably isn't the first thing. Maybe it is. Maybe he was good at putting on a mask for this long, but I agree with this person. It's like, shouldn't have you seen red flags earlier on that he likes to exercise control over you and he likes to diminish outside influence as much as possible over you? Like, this can't be the first time that he's butting heads with a family member or maybe a best friend you have, and trying to exercise control and being whiny about it. Like, it really can't be the first time. And yeah, I'm surprised that she is still wanting to marry this guy and even, you know, wants to spend the rest of her life with him. And he should not pour shame the father at all. That is just so immature, and he's gaslighting, and he's a red flag, and I do not approve of this marriage. But I know what you're thinking. How does this have to do with health and wellness? This isn't really a directly health and wellness related issue. Well, it indirectly is, because we are dealing with someone who has clear mental health problems, okay? And that is the fiance, not the bride, the fiance, okay? He is low on GABA, which is a neurotransmitter in your brain that promotes calm and relaxation. And honestly, it seems like he's low on magnesium too, because magnesium also does help calm you down and activate your parasympathetic nervous system. And this guy seems to just be high on cortisol, okay? He just seems to lack also oxytocin, which is that love hormone. Because if he really was high on that oxytocin, he would be empathetic enough to not even feel threatened by this influence her dad has. So we have some imbalance in brain chemistry at play, and I think mood magnesium from Spree.shop will really help, because magnesium helps to influence GABA activity in the brain and get it rerunning again and amplify it. So that definitely will help with his mood, because it's literally called mood magnesium. It has all the different types of magnesium in that powder to really help with his mood, okay? Because he seems like a grumpy guy. Even if he isn't a narcissist, even if he isn't a gaslighter, like, he just seems grumpy in general. To even want to have a fight about that and pour shame your dad, no. So he needs some mood magnesium in his life. The supplements are just a great step in the direction, but I think that first and foremost, you should really be reconsidering marrying this guy, because he does not seem it. Alrighty, well, that is all for today's episode, and I hope you tune into the next one. Once again, leave your thoughts down below. Until then, stay healthy, and bye for now.